Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And we're going to continue learning about the Industrial Revolution today, okay? For those of you who missed out yesterday, we learned about Eli Whitney and his invention called the cotton gin and how that changed life for farmers who were growing cotton because cotton was very difficult to clean and get ready to make into clothing and cloth and stuff like that. And so the cotton gin was able to clean cotton using this machine a whole lot better than having to do it by hand, okay? Now, a couple things today that I want you to do. The first thing is I want you in your week 12 weekly reader, as always, if you don't have your weekly reader, that's okay. I'm gonna put the link in the stream. I want you to go back to that main article that we read yesterday. And I want you, because yesterday we stopped right here where it says war brings industrial change. And I want you to read the rest of that article because you're going to find out what happened basically because of the cotton gin. They were able to produce and clean very quickly and more cotton than ever before. And so they were going to have to, all these cloth making machines and all these clothes making machines, they were going to have to make a lot of those a whole lot more faster. So you're going to see a lot of changes there as one invention basically led to another, okay? And now your assignment today is going to be on the back of the weekly reader, okay? You have this chart right here, and I'm going to put the link to that chart online, okay? So that way if you can't see it, but basically has a list of many different inventions that were made during the Industrial Revolution. I want you to look over that list and I want you to pick out three that you feel are probably the most important today, that had those inventions not been made back then, our lives would be extremely different, okay? So let me go over some of these, all right? Cotton gin, of course, that's what we said, it helps clean cotton, all right? The steamboat and the steam locomotive, that means a steam engine that was going to help boats and trains move without having any other power, okay? The stethoscope, that's that little thing that doctors usually wear around their neck that they listen for your heartbeat, okay? A mechanical reaper, okay? A mechanical reaper is a machine that basically gets all the crops so that way you don't have to hand cut them down when they are ready to bring in, okay? Morse code. Morse code was basically this thing of, it's almost like an old school text messaging kind of thing where before telephones, we were able to send messages across wires by using this little beeping sound, okay? You can look that up online if you're interested in that, okay? A sewing machine, obviously be able to sew clothes. The transatlantic cable, that was a cable that went across the entire Atlantic Ocean so that way telegraph messages could go back and forth, okay? The telephone, you obviously know about that. The phonograph is basically a sound recording and producing machine, okay? Kind of like an old school record player, or, you know, basically people could record music and play music on that, okay? The incandescent light bulb, and then the last two, induction motor and diesel engine. Okay, and induction motor and diesel engine, that's basically two different types of engines that were invented during that time that are still used today. Of course, we've made a lot of modifications on that, all right? Now, like I said, you're gonna write an essay on that, so let's go over to the computer and let's look at exactly what you're gonna do with that. All right, first off, here's the chart that if you need to look online, it's got all the inventions right here, who invented them, and then of course in what order they were invented. But this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get another essay, and basically you're picking three of these inventions that you feel are the most important for today, and you're just gonna kind of write a little persuasive essay. So in the first paragraph, you're gonna tell the reader what the Industrial Revolution was. So you're just gonna start off and say, hey, the Industrial Revolution was a time period in which lots of inventions were made. Okay, people were moving from farms to working in factories, moving from small towns into big cities for these jobs, things like that, okay? Then your second, third, and fourth paragraphs, you're going to name an invention in each paragraph and explain why that invention is important and how life would be different today without it. So that's your three sentences right there in each paragraph. And then, of course, your fifth paragraph is going to just be your conclusion and ending. All right, so hopefully that's simple enough for you. So go ahead and work on that. And as always, if you finish that early, then go ahead, get that turned in, and then go back and look at anything else in Google Classroom that you haven't finished yet and start working on that, especially if you have not turned in your major project. If you have not turned in your major project, get that done as quickly as possible. Get that turned in so that way I can grade them and also we can display them in the hallways of our school. All right, so that's all we've got for today. Hope you guys have a happy Tuesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.